Well, they do seem to enjoy starting their day like that. I have noticed a pretty drastic increase in fly pressure over the last several weeks, so I think what I'm gonna do is put some permethrin in the cow sprayer to kind of knock them back a little bit, and then after that we'll go back to soap. Soap does work, but hopefully this will work a little bit better. Well, now that that's done, we got some work to do in the shop. That's what's going on today on Farmer Tyler Ranch. This bolt's got anti-seize on it, which tells me this has been off before. And thank you to whoever put the anti-seize on there, because this is coming apart pretty easily. It's going to be really hard for you guys to see, maybe impossible, but right here there's a nut that we have to get off of the shaft, and then I can pull the entire gearbox off. So looks like it's 1 1/8 inches. And it's been living in oil, so it's actually pretty easy, which is good. I'm not sure how much power I'd be able to put on this thing where it's at. A little trick that I've used is you can go on Messic's website and it'll give you exploded diagrams of every part of this rake, or whatever piece of equipment you're working on. And that's really helpful for stuff like this, because I can look up this nut and actually see what size it is, and know that it's there. I don't think I would have known that this was hiding in here if I hadn't looked at that diagram, so that can be really helpful. And there it went. Okay, let's figure out what I dropped before I lose it. Just going through trying to dig all the grass out of here, and I actually located the old seal. It was folded in half, and they don't really work too good when they're like that. But basically I'm just looking at the bearing here, and I mean that's why this was leaking so bad. I'm sure the bearing's probably shot too. So it looks like what we've got to do here is take this cap off, and there should be a threaded shaft inside here. If we take that nut off, that shaft should slide out, which will give us, that's the same shaft that the drive line is connected to. This should all come out, and then once this is out of the way, this shaft should go out that way, and we should be completely disassembled at that point. There's one of the bearings we'll replace. Oh yeah, nothing to it. So I thought I'd be smart and attach the castle nut to the end of this shaft so I didn't booger up the threads, but it went right into the bearing. Now it's stuck in there. It should be easy enough to get out, and we're replacing this bearing anyway, but you know, it's one of those things. This pinion gear should come right out now. And it does. Let's see if we can't get this seal out of here. Seal, or what's left of it, I should say. And bearing. Now usually on a gearbox I don't mess around with trying to replace the outer race of the bearing, because I figure, for one, those pretty much should never wear out, and for two, they're usually about impossible to get to. But these I actually can get to, and they do kind of look worn, so I'm going to try it. Well, now that I've got all the outer races removed, I'm just going to go through and clean a bunch of these parts, and I'll pick the camera up again when I start putting it all back together. I've got everything cleaned up now, so the next step is to just put all the new outer races in, then we can start assembling. All right, let's see if I can remember how this all goes back together. It's kind of tricky with this spring here. Oops, did I get it? Next step, I believe, is getting this little clutch assembly in there. My 256 rake, it's pointing this way, so we'll assume that's right. It appears to work. So that's good. Well, I grant you, it does not look much different, but it's what's on the inside that counts. We've got all new bearings, all new seals, and I noticed the last time that I used this that gear oil was just running out of it all over the place. And in my experience, usually when seals fail, it's because bearings fail and allow the shafts to move a little bit, which just tears up the seal and causes it to leak. The seals themselves, I'm a little iffy on because like the one that goes right here, it fit in okay. It probably should have been a little bit tighter. But then the one that goes on the end here is pretty loose. So I think what I'll end up doing with that one is just take some RTV sealant and put that around the outside of the seal before I stick it in the gearbox, and hopefully that'll help. The other issue is that the surfaces that the seals seal to didn't really seem like they were in the best of shape either. So this very well could still leak, but hopefully it's not going to be as bad as it was before. And the other issue probably is the fact that I think this gearbox is designed to hold grease, not oil. And that would explain why there are so many leaks. I mean, like where this clutch shaft goes into the box, there's no seal here at all. It's just a shaft going through a hole. So, you know, oil would obviously come out of that. So in light of these things, I think I will go back to a grease lubrication system on this, and then hopefully that solves our problem. This is ready to go back on the rake. Reinstallation should just be the exact opposite of removal. So I don't think there's any use in filming that because you guys already saw it. Just do everything backwards and you should be off to the races. Thanks for hanging out with me today, guys, and I hope I'll see you again on Farmer Tyler Ranch.